we expected two CSs, the CS for health and CS for tourism and on drive. I've just been informed that a letter has come from the CS health this morning requesting for postponement of appearance before the Senate. And they've given a reason that the CS is indisposed and she is not able to appear until a later date. Number two, there was also a request from the Ministry, the CS Tourism and On Drive, whose matter was discussed yesterday at the SBC, Senate Business Committee, and the Senate Business Committee within their wisdom declined to give that amnesty or to give the CS permission not to attend to answer the questions. So the SBC, through the clerk's office, wrote back to the CS on drive, tourism and on drive, that she must appear before the Senate this morning. So we are faced in a situation that none of the CSs will be appearing before the Senate this morning. And it is very regrettable indeed because, you know, honorable senators, we sacrifice a lot. We sacrifice to come to this chamber. So those reasons given to me are not satisfactory completely. So I want to give one or two senators also to wade in into this matter. Senator Chute Mohammed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think now it has become a trend for the CSS not to appear before this Honorable House. Honorable Speaker, if, let's say, for example, the CS for health, she is supposed to communicate to us 24 hours before. If she has sent the letter today, Honorable Speaker, that means she doesn't care. And this is a trend that has been going on and on and on. And we've said many times, Honorable Speaker, you can remember, we've said if they can give, if they have an issue, the only issue that can allow them not to come before this House is if they have a cabinet meeting. And I want this House, if they will agree with me, this trend of ignoring this House must stop, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, some time back, we even suggested censure motions. And today, as I stand here, I want to ask this House to institute a motion, a censure motion, against these two CSS. Honorable Speaker, if you look at the issue of wildlife, people, billions of money are out there with Kenya Wildlife Services that has not been paid up to today. So, Honorable Speaker, when a member poses a question for a CS, it is the responsibility of that CS to come before this House and answer those questions, Honorable Speaker. And if we keep on agreeing to the excuses, Honorable Speaker, then we are going to fail this country, Honorable Speaker. We are elected members, and even nominated members who are here. We are representing over 60 million people in this country, Honorable Speaker. And if a question is asked by a distinguished member of this House, is asking this question on behalf of 60 million Kenyans, Honorable Speaker. And if a CS in this government will ignore requests from this House, I think it is time we make a decision, Honorable Speaker. We start with a censure motion. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Wabua, Enoch.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have said before that we don't want to turn ourselves into a house of lamentations, especially when dealing with wayward cabinet secretaries who have continued to show utter disrespect to the authority of this House. Mr. Speaker, for the CS in charge of matters health to communicate to your office this morning that she will not be appearing before the Senate when she is expected to be here at 10, Mr. Speaker, that is now the newest level of contempt. Mr. Speaker, I'm alive to the happenings of last evening where the CEO of Chief Shah was suspended, and the reasons given for it, Mr. Speaker, is professional misconduct. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether there are any provisions in law for suspension of cabinet secretaries for either professional or political misconduct, but this one, Mr. Speaker, must go to the highest office in the land. When senators come to the chamber every Wednesday morning, the express reason for the appearance, Mr. Speaker, is to ask questions for and on behalf of the counties that they represent. And those questions are supposed to be responded to by cabinet secretaries. The Speaker is now becoming a trend. And I said this 2 weeks ago, that for 2 Wednesdays in a row, we were unable to transact the Wednesday morning sessions because cabinet secretaries are not available. We went on a break, Mr. Speaker. We have come back. The first Wednesday after the break, the cabinet secretaries don't show up. And what are we expected to do, Mr. Speaker? To just lament, express our displeasure, and wait for another Wednesday. Mr. Speaker, things must happen, and those things must begin to happen now. I was in this house, Mr. Speaker, and all of us were in this house a couple of weeks ago during the impeachment of the Deputy President. And this house received a report that the Deputy President then was indisposed. But in the wisdom of this house, Mr. Speaker, we continued with the process of impeachment. What avenue, Mr. Speaker, do we have to continue with our sessions, with our interrogation, and especially in the midst of health, even in the face of reports that the CS is indisposed? Mr. Speaker, I want to call upon ourselves, and I have heard Senator Chute saying that perhaps we need to bring a motion of censure against the cabinet secretaries. But Mr. Speaker, maybe that is not enough. Maybe, Mr. Speaker, the starting point would be to have a serious and candid conversation with the appointing authority of the CSs, so we get to know, the Speaker, whether these sessions make sense to government or maybe they don't make sense, Mr. Speaker. The reason for these sessions, Mr. Speaker, as I said, are for exclusively to have an engagement with cabinet secretaries for and on behalf of our constituents. If you look at the order papers,